Hi, Assalamualaikum to everyone. We are from Group Ocean Fighter. Want talk about the species of arthropod, which is ghost Yeti crab. Before we start the presentation, let me introduce my group member. My name is Muhammad AIMAN Haiqal bin Muhammad Rodzi. My metric number is S59364 and this is my group partner.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is NURUL FARHANAH ATIQAH BINTI MOHAMAD NAZRI with metric number S57984. So let's go for more interesting facts about the Yeti crab. At the bottom of the ocean, hydrothermal vents spew out boiling hot water into ice cold sea above. Within a few feet, the temperature goes from scalding to bone chilling. On top of that, the pressure is crushingly intense and there is no light. This unimaginable environment is home to Yeti crabs, clawed crustaceans first discovered in 2005. The Yeti crabs were seen living around vents that emanated from small cracks in basalt rock and at the base of some smoker chimneys. Dr. Riederman, an Oxford University postdoctoral researcher in Department of Zoology, points out that there are only very few species of Yeti crab that we know of today, hinting that since their origin many lineages may have gone extinct. Besides that, their mode of larval dispersal indicates a more limited dispersal capacity compared to other vent species. These larvae may be less likely to find new locations to colonize, leaving them vulnerable to regional extinction. Classification of the Yeti crab. Kingdom Animalia, Phylum Arthropoda, Class Crustacea, Order Decapoda, Family Kiwadia, Genus Kiwa, Species Kiwa hirsuta. The size is around 15 cm and the lifespan is 10 to 20 years. The color is pale white, gray or yellow.
Habitat and distribution of Yeti crab. There are 4 known species of Yeti crab inhabiting at similar area around the globe. First, Kiwa hirsuta is found along the Pacific Atlantic Ridge in the South Pacific Sea. Second, Kiwa telleri located around the East Scotia Ridge and the Atlantic Peninsula. Next, Kiwa aroin found in the Australian Atlantic Range. And last, Kiwa puravida located on the East Pacific Ocean around cool sea on the ocean floor.
The morphology of the Yeti crab. The first one is bilaterally symmetrical body plan consisting of 3 body segments. The second one, unusual carapace shape and ornamentation, featuring a slightly oblique front edge. There are small teeth located near the rostrum. Next, diminished, probably sightless eyes featuring only vestigial membranes with no obvious side structures, and it is thought to be blind. Large, strongly pronounced ventral thoracic plate as opposed to the depressed abdomen typically seen in other squat lobsters. The Yeti crab has 5 pairs of thoracic legs which are called periopods, 1 pair of elongated calipedes that terminate in pincers used for grasping, 2 pairs of walking legs, and 1 pair folded within its tail. The 5th periopod is invisible and it is remain hidden inside the carapace and must be dissected to be observed. In males only, additional abdominal appendages, one of the 2 pairs of which may be modified into copulatory structures. Yeti crab's calipedes, walking legs, and the ventral surface of its cephalothorax are covered with dense seta that are covered with clusters of filamentous bacteria, making the crab appear extraordinarily hairy. The seta themselves are about 10 to 20 millimeters in length, and the filamentous bacteria may be used to detoxify poisonous minerals from water emitted by the hydrothermal vents where it lives. This process is known as chemosynthesis. Lipid and isotope analysis provide evidence that epibiotic bacteria are the crab's main food source, and the highly modified seta is used to harvest these bacteria. The proteobacteria that this methane species forms are closely related to hydrothermal vent decoupled epibionts. Alternatively, it may feed on the bacteria, although it is generally thought to be a carnivore. Despite the finding that this bacterial species may be capable of carbon fixation and sulfur cycling, the nature of the relationship between Kiwahisuta and the bacteria remains unclear. Nutrition. The Yeti crab's filamentous bacteria that lives and grows on them are the primary source of food. They harvest these bacteria by using their mouth arms to scrape the bacteria off their bodies and arms and putting it in their mouths. The researchers theorized them to be omnivorous based on the evidence of the Yeti crab preying on vent mussels whose shells had been damaged by the submersible apparatus used to collect specimens, despite feeding primarily on algae and animal species. The extremophile species, which survive in waters as hot as 100 degrees Celsius, have adapted to harness energy from hydrogen sulfide instead of light, providing an abundant source of food for predators like the Yeti crab.
The challenging for Yeti crab. The Yeti crab are confined to a very small livable area. If they get too close to the vents, they would be boiled alive, and if they get too far away, they could get hypothermia. Next, the habitable zone around the thermal vent is too warm for Yeti crab larvae, which need colder temperature to develop. This forces the female to leave the safe haven of home and go out into the colder water to breed. Last, maintaining access to the fluid being released from the seafloor. It only comes out in certain areas. The Yeti crab crowd around those areas and wave their arm back to get as much access to the surface. They even appear to bat shrimp out of the way because this smaller animal may also be trying to get access to the fluid.